Swope Park Rangers have a tall task ahead of them as they welcome the Eastern Conference leading New York Red Bulls 2 to Children's Mercy Park. It's a rematch of the 2016 USL Cup Final. Swope Park Rangers and Red Bulls 2 coming up next. Good evening, welcome on in to Children's Mercy Park in Kansas City, Kansas. Alongside Doug McClagan, I'm Carter Augustine. Thank you for joining us as we have an interesting matchup on our hands here tonight. Doug, the top of the table, New York Red Bulls 2, coming into town to take bottom of the table, Swope Park Rangers on.
Yeah, it's going to be a massive test for the Swope Park Rangers, but like we've been talking about, both rosters are a little bit changed tonight, so you just never know what's going to happen, and hopefully it'll be a cracking game.
A lot of changes in the rosters for both sides, but you'd expect to see one man in the side for New York Red Bulls 2, and he is there, Stroud, who has been a monster this season for the visitors.
Yeah, he's been amazing. It's his second season in the USL Championship, and he's got 11 goals this year, which is tied for 6th in the league. But wait for it, he also has 8 assists. He is one, and I repeat, one of the stars that they're going to have to keep an eye on tonight.
Meanwhile, for the home side, it's a newer face, Zé Pedro, who has just joined the team a couple of weeks ago and trying to fit in, and he'll get his first appearance here at Children's Mercy Park.
Yeah, born and raised in Portugal, was fortunate to go through the FC Porto Academy. He scored in his debut against Pittsburgh, and so he'll be hoping tonight in his home debut that he'll get another one tonight.
Who will join these two men in their respective lineups? We'll have the starting lineups and kick when we come back. It's the Swope Park Rangers versus New York Red Bulls 2. Welcome back into Kansas City, Kansas. Children's Mercy Park as New York Red Bulls 2 are in town to face the Swope Park Rangers. And let's take a look at the starting lineups for both teams. Plenty of talent here in Children's Mercy Park here this evening. And for the Red Bulls, 7 changes from their 2-1 win at Nashville on Wednesday. They have played quite a few games over the past couple of weeks. And a much changed lineup for head coach John Wolniak coming into this one. For the home side, the Swope Park Rangers, 6 changes from the 2-1 loss at Atlanta 2 last Friday, and that includes Doug 6 players in the starting lineup on loan from Sporting Kansas City.
Yeah, it's going to make an interesting game. Some experience against a very, very good team. Obviously, the Red Bulls are #1. So take that experience, and we may have a really, really good game tonight.
There is head coach Paulo Nagamura for Swope Park Rangers. And his counterpart on the New York Red Bulls 2 bench. Currently overseeing #1 team in the Eastern Conference. They've got a 4-point lead on North Carolina and Tampa Bay. Try to keep the ball rolling here against a team at the bottom of the Eastern Conference standings, the Swope Park Rangers, but it's a much changed Rangers team. 6 players on loan from Sporting Kansas City. There's one guy that's been an ever-present for the Rangers this year, Felipe Hernandez. It's a free-flowing New York Red Bulls 2 side coming in here to Children's Mercy Park in a rematch of the 2016 USL Cup Final. And we are underway in Kansas City. Swope Park Rangers starting with the ball, going from right to left, wearing their home dark blue kits with orange trim. Red Bulls in the all red, going from left to right. And a foul quickly blown in 15 seconds by the man in the middle, Sergej Dimanchik. As the Rangers will try and keep possession here. Swope Park Rangers 3-13-6 on 15 points coming into this one. An 18th place in the Eastern Conference. New York Red Bulls 15-5-5, 50 points, first in the East. Ball won in midfield by Zé Pedro. Now Red Bulls control with Jordan Scarlett, one of the holdovers. Just 4 players retaining their place from that midweek win, a really impressive win at Nashville. Able to come from behind with the help of a red card on Forrest Lasso for Nashville. Bit of a choppy start here, but it's finally at the feet of Jared Stroud. He plays it wide left for Giannis Lieb. Broken up, and ball is won back by the Red Bulls.
We're definitely going to see a team that can ping it around. We've seen this in the opening few minutes here, and Swope Park Rangers just going to have to be on their toes, and they're going to have to defend real strong at all times. Obviously, with the talent they're facing, a good defensive performance today, and you never know what you might come away with.
Will require some resolute defending. 59 goals scored by Red Bulls 2. That's second best in the league, only behind Phoenix. Tops in the Eastern Conference. And Doug, there's a lot of versatile players for the Red Bulls who can play a number of different positions. It's interesting to see where everyone is slotting in here in the starting lineup this evening.
Yeah, it was quite fun before the game. We got the starting 11, but no idea their formation. So we had a little fun with it, and you're right. I mean, there's players that can play in all different positions, and I'm sure throughout the game they're rotating and movement all over the place. So, like I said, it's going to be a task for Swope Park Rangers, but if they're well organized, they'll be okay.
Here's Kyle Duncan with a nice move down the left-hand side. Tries to slot it in behind there for Lieb, and it'll roll all the way out for a goal kick. Adrian Zendejas back in the starting lineup for the Swope Park Rangers. Been nursing some back issues that have kept him out of duty with both Sporting Kansas City and the Swope Park Rangers, but he's wearing the captain's armband here this evening. And despite his wonderful record over his career with the Swope Park Rangers. Zendejas yet to have a win this season with the Rangers, so he'll be looking to rectify that this evening.
Well, let's also remind you the Rangers have only got 3 wins, so it's tough. But with the addition to him tonight, I think that's really going to help. And the other one that's I'm interested to see how it's going to work out is Baton Barat at the back. Swope Park Rangers have played a lot of centre-backs that have been very, very young. They're now playing with a 27-year-old that's got a lot of experience, and that's surely going to help the Rangers tonight.
Making his Swope Park Rangers debut, Baton Barat on loan, from Sporting Kansas City. As there's a foul in midfield here, so a chance for Red Bulls 2 in the early stages. 2 in the wall for Zendejas and the Rangers as Chris Lima stands over this one. 2 hands up, and he floats this one in towards the back post, headed into the air by Baton Barat, and that's an excellent claim by Zendejas.
Yeah, we mentioned Barat a couple seconds ago, and the reason why all year Swope Park Rangers have not been very tall on set pieces, and his immediate move was to pick up Preston Kilwin, which I don't know his actual height, but he's a very tall man. And you saw Baton Barat follow him all the way into the box, and when that ball was played in, Barat won the challenge, and that's something that the Rangers have been short of this year, just pure height and players to win the ball in the air, and so that's where I think it's really going to help tonight, especially when the boy Kilwin goes up front, because he's a big boy.
6'4", almost 200 pounds, Preston Kilwin. Time he and Baton Barat dueling. Here's Hernandez applying pressure, and Busio picking up the scraps for the Rangers, but the ball forward from Kuzain is well read. Barat's done well there to get this one over to the left-hand side with Alexander. The Rangers calm things down. They have retained 3 of their back 4, Swope Park Rangers, as part of those 5 players that kept their places in the starting lineup. But here's a turnover in midfield. And sprinting away down the left-hand side is Stroud. One-on-one with Barat. Stroud clipping it to the edge of the 6. And it takes a deflection. The Rangers thought it was double-tipped, but it will be a corner kick, the first of the game for Red Bulls 2.
Yeah, good run by Stroud. He just looks so smooth on the ball, and he just almost walked past Barat there, and that looks more like a goal kick, but it's tough to see from here. Someone give the benefit of the doubt to the referee.
We highlighted him in the pregame. Jared Stroud, 11 goals, tied for the first on the team, 8 assists, first on the team. And his work has helped create this corner. Left-footed, in swinging, out swinging, and brought it home. It's Sean McSherry, his first start of the season, and he gets his first goal. The Red Bulls 2 take an early lead, 1-0.
Yeah, the Rangers will not be very happy with that. That's kind of sloppy. The ball just dropped right to his feet, and he just tapped it in from 2 or 3 yards out. He'll be very happy, but the Rangers defense will not be happy with this.
Outswinging cross, clatters off Busio, and McSherry alert and alive in the penalty area.
Yeah, it was just unfortunate, but you're right. Him being alert and first to the ball made it just an easy tap-in for him.
He reels away in celebration. You see what it means to him. He's played just 33 minutes in his 2 sub appearances before this game. And into the starting lineup, into the scorer sheet. Dream start for the visitors. And now the home side have some work to do. There's McSherry trying to run down the right side, as this one is just too powerful and will drift out of play for a goal kick.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be difficult tonight. This is not the start that Swope Park Rangers wanted. 7 minutes into the game and they're down 1-0 to a team that is top of the divisions, got 50 points, and they're on a roll. They dropped a game last week, but they got straight back into it by beating Nashville this week, and they're a strong team, not the team you want to fall behind early.
Zendejas just taking his time there and is charged down. Here come Red Bulls 2 again. It's popped up to McSherry. He's trying to get that one back towards the area. Jorgensen, and In the end, Zendejas able to claim that one. Alexander asking his fellow fullback, Jalen Lindsay, for some help there, and Lindsay comes through. Making his 4th start now, Jalen Lindsay, after coming back from knee surgery. Gianluca Busio looking for Lindsay on the right-hand side. In space as he crosses the halfway line. Hernandez now. Barat with a raking diagonal. Zay Pedro's got some space. His first touch lets him down a little bit, and now tangled up, and it's a foul against the visitors, who are a bit upset on the bench as Edgardo Rito called for the foul here on Zay Pedro.
It was a beautiful ball, and like you said, Zay Pedro had room, but Rito closed him down extremely quick, and was unfortunate. They just fell on top of each other, and I guess that's the decision the referee's got to give, because he's lying on top of him. But great defending there.
Yeah, no foul on the tackle, that's for sure, but maybe on the pin down there after he had won the ball away. And so now the Rangers have a set piece of their own to try and get back in this one. It's Busio curling this one, and it drifts into the arms of Rashid Nuhu. His first action of the game, 10 minutes in, and claims that one. His 3rd start of the year, Rashid Nuhu. Last one way back on July 13th. So, a chance for him to prove his mettle. This one clipped in behind, wonderfully so as well, but Barat is there using his strength to see away Janos Lieb. It's a decent ball down the left-hand side there from Kyle Duncan, but the Hungarian center back read that one well for the Rangers.
Yeah, it was a great ball in, and a fantastic run by Janos Lieb too. But like you said, that experience of Barat, that's going to really help tonight, and it helped on that play, absolutely.
Zendejas now again under pressure, manages to keep that one just away as Stroud was closing him down. Here's Zay Pedro. He's looking to go at players, and he's earned another foul. This one against Kyle Zayats. And Zayats a bit upset with this foul call, but it'll go the Rangers' way.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough foul. What he's done basically is obstructing Zay Pedro to get to the ball, so it's a ticky-tacky foul, but it stopped him getting to the ball, so it was a foul. No question about it.
Madronda dribbling to trouble there, and it's won away by a trio of red shirts. There's Jimmy Madronda, subbed on in the 84th minute against San Jose Earthquakes just a couple days ago, in the starting lineup for the Swope Park Rangers here this evening. This is a fun foot race. Not many people can keep up with Alexander, but Sherry showing his fleetness of foot. And now a tug of the jersey, as wasn't quite quick enough to keep up with the run of Kaveh Rad.
Yeah, I think the refs had a little word with him. You can't do that, basically saying. Well, Zendejas has got to watch, because the last 3 times he's had the ball at his feet, the Red Bulls forwards have been in his face, so hopefully he's noticed that and might think and play a little bit quicker the next time he gets that ball at his feet.
Popped over, looking for Wilson Harris, who is offside. 19-year-old forward for the Rangers. Might find himself in good positions here this evening. Here's one of those as he gets the ball from Zay Pedro. Harris charging forward, edge of the area. Wilson Harris still looking, and he finds the far post. Beautiful finish from Wilson Harris, and he's leveled the score against the Eastern Conference leader. 1-1.
Wow, what patience, because I thought after his first chance he didn't take it, and then he didn't take it again, he didn't take it again. You're thinking, oh, he's never going to get the shot off. But he keeps on pushing it, and then it went through the legs. Yep, through the legs. And I think the keeper might have been a little bit unsighted there, but he took his time to get his shot off. but he took his patience and he took the right time to take it. That is a fantastic finish. That's his 4th goal of the season. That's tremendous.
Buries it in the side netting at the far post. Wilson Harris, 4th goal of the season, and all of a sudden, it's 1-1.
You've got to give him credit. That's his 4th goal of the season, but I think this is his 16th appearance. He's not seen a lot of playing time, and to put 4 goals in, that's really quite consistent of him. So he might get some more looks, I think, in the rest of this season. He's done very well.
Just his 10th start, 700 minutes coming into this game. But this one turned over. McSherry now tugged back by Alexander, and that's going to be a yellow card, the first of the evening. It's for the left back for the Swope Park Rangers.
That card came out real quick. I mean, I didn't think that was much different to what McSherry did a couple of minutes ago, but the referee had his card in his hand before, almost before he blew the whistle.
And it looks like exactly what Paolo Nagamura is saying to the referee, Sergei Dimanchuk, who looked back and exasperated, said, "What do you expect me to do here?"
Yeah, well, I mean, you want to stop this stuff, but like I said, that's not much different to what McSherry did to him 5 minutes, well, less than 5 minutes ago.
Nonetheless, it is a yellow card and a free kick, which is taken quickly and turned over. The Rangers with some numbers streaking forward again. Harris pass just a little short for Zay Pedro, and that stops the Swope Park Rangers counterattack in its tracks. There's a physical battle between Rito and Busio called for the foul. Doug McLagan, we've seen the Rangers able to win the ball in some good areas. That was one chance that didn't go their way, but won it high up the pitch, which helped lead to that Wilson Harris equalizer.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're looking sharp. There's no question about it. And there was a good chance there for Pedro to get in, but Harris's pass was just floated a little bit too high, and he couldn't get control of it.
There's a whistle on Tyus Jorgensen. He's questioning what he did wrong, which a little shove in the back there on Kabe Rad.
Yeah, there's been 3 or 4 just kind of niggly little fouls, which are not bad fouls, but in the end they are fouls, and the referee's right to call them.
Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Ball goes over the head of a couple Red Bulls players and falls to the feet of Jimmy Matrano. What a pass that is. And Busio now, edge of the box. Back heel for Zay Pedro. Clipping it to the far post. Matrano trying to keep that one alive and just couldn't quite deflect it into the path of a teammate. Ball recovered by Juan Kamal. Kuzain will recycle it over to the left-hand side. Rangers keeping the pressure up. Alexander now looking in behind for Zay Pedro. And keeper just enough off his line there. Jordan Scarlett able to shield the run of Zay Pedro.
Well, Nagamura's got to be pretty happy. They're creating some opportunities against a very good team, and I really like the work of Zay Pedro. He's causing problems, he's nipping around fast, he's intense, and he's getting in behind the fullbacks, which is something that's been missing as of late for the Rangers. So that's a great pickup by the looks of it so far.
Alexander, good ball in for Harris, who chests it into the path of Hernandez. And now Jalen Lindsay. Madronda quickly off his feet, back with Hernandez, who just can't return it to Madronda, well crowded out by a host of Red Bulls players. Call him as you like, though, for Barat, and it's back with the Rangers. Alexander standing this one high up into the night sky, and that's well taken down in the end by Scarlett. Stroud dropping a little deeper to get on the ball here, and exchanging it with the other main man, Chris Lima. Back now with Stroud as Red Bulls 2 found themselves leading through an early Sean McSherry goal, but that lead has evaporated. Thanks to clever left-footed finish by Wilson Harris. Duncan coming in field. Red Bulls wanted a handball there on Kuzain. I think he might have gotten away with that one. And now a foul on Rito.
The whole stadium's confused right now. Everybody's confused.
Can you hear the coach there? Everybody's confused, he's telling the referee. There's been some, like I said, some little niggly fouls that are kind of disrupting the game here, the flow of the game, and neither team are happy. Especially the New York Red Bulls coach.
John Wolniak making his opinion known there as Edgardo Rito called for the foul. He was claiming it was shoulder to shoulder. Zendejas will take the restart and holds up an apologetic hand to the rest of his teammates as he plays this one out of bounds. Dronda didn't quite get that header right, but drops to him regardless. Another little hint of handball being argued by the away side as well. Now here come the Swope Park Rangers. Felipe Hernandez. Well won there, keeping this attack alive. Busio! Oh, just wide. The keeper's right-hand post, and Nuhu was sprawling to his right there. A ferocious drive from Gianluca Busio.
Great shot, but you got to give credit to Kuzain there for keeping this alive because they really had lost possession. He flies in with that challenge and gives the opportunity to Busio, and that is not far away from that right post.
He's got 3 goals for Sporting Kansas City this season, but still looking for his first Swope Park Rangers goal of 2019. Wasn't far off there, Busio. Acrobatic attempt at a clearance by Alexander. Harris trying to stand toe-to-toe with Kilwine.
And a good thing to see, you can see there's a massive emphasis tonight. Not that there isn't every game, but you can see Coach Nagamura getting them compact and tight on defense immediately that they lose the ball. So the transition on defense is immediately to get compact, not to give any gaps, any chance of penetration. And right now, they're doing a fantastic job at it.
There's a good 1-2 between Kuzain and Busio. Over to the right with Lindsay. Cross coming in. Harris gets there, nods it up to himself. And it's hoofed clear of the penalty area by Scarlett. Now Zay Pedro holding his head on that challenge with nothing given. It'll be a throw-in for New York Red Bulls 2.
I think he just got knocked on the back of the head. No foul there. They're both going for the ball. He tries to shield the ball, and, you know, it is a contact sport. No foul there.
Welcome to the USL Championship for Zay Pedro. Making his 3rd consecutive start after being brought in a couple of weeks ago. Scored on his debut. Zay Pedro. Marat looking for another big diagonal, and he's found it. Lots of space here on the left for Alexander. Busio looking for the run of Harris. Trying to touch it around Kilwine, but it's well marshaled in the end. There's excellent work by Rito to get away from Zay Pedro. That is a stiff arm of pretty obvious caliber from Sean McSherry, who's pleading his innocence. His coach making the case that he thought he was fouled before that stiff arm.
Yeah, he's just going to have a word. This is the same guy that pulled the shirt back earlier that didn't get called. But he gets away with 2 of them, so watch out for the next one, though, Sean. He might be coming after you.
Well, college football did start today. He's in the mood. Here's Zay Pedro. Left-footed cross. Looks dangerous. And then nodded behind by Duncan, who wasn't sure what was quite behind him there. Zay Pedro earning the corner kick for the Rangers.
Yeah, I've been impressed with him so far. He works hard on and off the ball. He's got some pace, and he's not afraid to take on fullbacks. And like I said, it's nice to see a winger that's actually getting in behind the fullbacks and playing balls across the face of the goal like that. That was a beautiful ball in, just unfortunately no one there to get on the end of it. So he's doing very, very well.
He'll waltz over to the far side to take part in this corner kick. And Cabusio looking interested as well. Just take a short for Cabusio. Curling towards the post. It's an awkward thigh touch from Rad, and then Alexander, who's on a yellow card. And that's his second one, and he is sent off. The Swope Park Rangers reduced to 10 men in the 25th minute.
Well. That's it's really unfortunate. I mean, I'd like to see the foul again, because maybe it was a foul, but I'm not sure if that's a yellow. And then again, he never should have been yellowed on his first one. And to get a player out in the 26th minute for 2 kind of soft yellows, he was beaten, he pulled out of it. I really do not agree with that call. I mean, let's go back. The first card he got, you know, I don't think he should have got it in the first place. Maybe a warning. That might have been then his first yellow. But to have someone sent off for 2 really soft fouls in the 27th minute of the game, that's... yeah, I'd be upset too.
What a moment in this match. Rangers can't catch a break, and they're down to 10 men now for more than an hour left of this game. Alexander, second yellow card. Perhaps the referee saying it was breaking up a counterattack. And now Red Bulls 2, it's Duncan cutting it back towards the edge of the 6. Barat handles it well, right in front of Jorgensen, and he's able to clear it away from danger.
Yeah, it was breaking down a counterattack, but it was 60, 70 yards away from the goal. It's not like it was in front of goal and something could have come from it, but yeah, strange call. And now they've really got the work cut out.
Rito on the near side. That's a good-looking cross, but just in front of the run by Jorgensen. To the grateful arms of Adrian Zendejas. Mark Segbers is getting a extended warm-up on the near sideline. There is Segbers as Zendejas punts this one towards Wilson Harris, but Kilwine is there again to win it back for Red Bulls 2. This pass behind Rito. He'll retreat and see the amount of space he's afforded now with Rangers down a man. Scar looking for McSherry. Good first touch under the pressure of Zay Pedro. Busio won it initially, but Rito, dogged and determination, wins it back. His cross blocked by his own player, McSherry. Fans follow Swope Park Rangers and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN Plus, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN Plus and watch the championship live every week. Sign up today at espnplus.com. Just about into the 29th minute, 1-1 between the top of the East and the bottom of the East. And here comes a good chance for the Red Bulls too. Oh, and it's hooked over the bar. Jorgensen again, he's been at the end of a lot of these crosses, and this time just can't quite get this one down.
Yeah, very good opportunity for the young Danish kid there. He's already scored 8 goals, and he'll be disappointed with that because he probably should be thinking that's my 9th.
Wonderful delivery in from the left-hand side. And I think you're right. Head down in the grass after what he knows is a really good chance. It's been a busy start for the forward for Red Bulls too. And now it's a foul against the visitors. Both teams are having their disagreements with the head referee here this evening.
Well, he's not going to win either way. That looked like a two-handed push in the back and looked pretty obvious to me. But they're going to argue every call now, and I think Swope Park Rangers are definitely going to argue every call because of the disappointment of getting a man sent off in the 27th minute.
Here comes Preston Kilwine, making his 12th start for Red Bulls 2 this season, 22-year-old. On the ball again.
Now the question for the Swope Park Rangers, if they're bringing Segbers on, obviously they're going to put him at fullback. Who comes off? That's the big question. Because they're going to have to play probably a 4-4-1 now. They've got some pretty darn experienced players on the field. It's going to be an experienced player that probably comes off.
Very fascinating to see what head coach Paul Nagamura decides to do. Some defending to do for the time being. That's a decent idea from McSherry, putting it into a dangerous area, and overcomes Lindsay to clear this one away from the Swope Park Rangers penalty area. Lema. Stroud lining one up. Oh, he got some power behind that shot. Not much backlift at all. And it stings the palms of Zendejas. He's able to keep it close to his body. Good save from the backstopper for the Rangers.
Yeah, great strike. If that's a yard either side of him, I don't think he's even see that coming. Fortunately, it went straight in front of his face, and he did well to get 2 hands to it, parry it down, and pick up the rebound. But like you said, not much of a backlift on that strike, and yet the power was amazing.
Jared Stroud continues to impress just about every time he puts on Red Bulls 2 uniform. Lindsay popping this one up behind for Hernandez to chase. It's well handled by Kyle Duncan. Well, it was well handled. Hernandez read him well, picked his pocket, and luckily for Duncan, goes out of play. Well, when you have 10 men, I think for the Swope Park Rangers, they'll like having Felipe Hernandez on the field because he sure can cover some ground. Showing that part of his game off just then. Rad popping this one up, shoving the back there. Scarlett into Busio. And this time, head coach John Wolniak angry with his player. You hear him yelling at Jordan Scarlett. You knew you weren't going to win that one.
It's a good body position by Busio. And like he said, he wasn't going to win it. So silly to challenge him in the back and give free kick and give possession away.
Barak with another lovely cross-field pass for Zay Pedro. And Pedro's pass back touched away by McSherry into the path of Rad. And he dwindled on the ball just a little bit too long, allowed Jorgensen to come in, get a tackle on that one, and it pops to the visitors. There's a wonderful ball inside for Stroud. His pass, not a good one, and intercepted by Madronda. Now Madronda wanting Zay Pedro to run forward. And just offside, Zay Pedro.
What a great ball. That could not have been by much. I was interested to see who was going to win that race there. Scarlett against Pedro, and they were both moving.
Well, for the time being, Jimmy Madronda has slotted back into that left back position. Of course, he's played that numerous times over his Sporting Kansas City career. This one kept in play by Duncan. In towards the 6th, and Oh, that one was a scythe clearance by Rad, and luckily for him, goes out for a corner.
Well, I bet you he's signing a massive release there, because I thought that was trickling into the back of the net there. He was very, very fortunate.
Corner taken quickly. Clipped over to the back post where Luba had a chance to get a shot away, but didn't quite connect on his volley. And Wilson Harris trying to chase that one down. But again, Duncan able to shield him away. Kyle Duncan on loan from New York Red Bulls. Coming off his first professional goal on Wednesday, the game winner against Nashville.
He got the goal and the assist, didn't he? So he had a great game the other night.
Started this game showing off his speed as well. And here's some speed from Edgardo Rito. Keeps this one in play. Sees the tackle coming, but can't avoid it. Jimmy Madronda sliding in to break up that chance for Red Bulls 2.
Yeah, it was a good tackle, but he was lucky because he only just caught it. That would have gone past him. He'd be lying on his backside, and I think Rito would have been 4, 5, 6 yards past him by the time he got up. It could have been very dangerous, but he got it in the end and got a throw in out of it too.
Yeah, it actually comes off Edgardo Rito. And Madronda can't keep that one in play off the side of his boot. Throwing now for New York Red Bulls 2.
See, Segbers is warming up, but they're holding off a little bit. And like you said, Jimmy Madronda's played left back for the Sporting Kansas City, so he's not uncomfortable there. So maybe they're just having second thoughts about maybe just leaving it as it is. And because they're going to need those subs when you're going to play 2/3 of the game with 10 men. Eventually, they're going to need to use their subs later in this game, so they don't want to kind of waste one right now when they don't have to.
Still 10 players on the field for the Swope Park Rangers after Alexander sent off for his second yellow card after just 25 minutes. Here's a cross floated in towards Jorgensen from Duncan. Just getting some notes from Giannis Luba. Tune into ESPN 3 on August 30th at 6 p.m. Central Time for a special Friday night edition of Wednesday Night Soccer. One of the championship's biggest rivalries takes center stage when Indy 11 heads south on I-65 to meet Louisville City FC. See it all August 30th at 6 p.m. Central during a Friday night edition of Wednesday Night Soccer. Two headers there from Lema, but his pass well read by Rad. Now Busio trying to find Pedro mad at himself. Hussein read that one well, but just a little bit behind his run. And that allows for New York to stream forward now with numbers. Lindsay's tackle pops up to Luba for Stroud, and his cross just too close to Zendejas.
That's where they're going to cause problems. When there was a turnover in midfield, the Red Bulls players just went forward, and they went forward in numbers. And some good ball movement. Unfortunately, Stroud's last ball was not probably the quality that you'd expect from him. He'd be disappointed with that service.
Harris running the channels, picks it up. That's Pedro. There's Harris. Finds a good ball to the right-hand side for Lindsay. Hernandez turning past Luba. Hussein wanting Rad to come forward a little bit. Rad will play it back now with Barat. Popping this one up. 50-50 won by Duncan, but out of bounds on the far side.
Yeah, nice period of possession there for Swope Park Rangers, and they're going to need this. There's a lot of time left in this game. They cannot defend for the rest of the game. They're going to have to keep the ball sometimes and knock it around, and that was a good little period they had there.
And a good bit of play there from Hernandez to lure Duncan in for a foul, and then angrily smashed away. Jared Stroud blasts the ball up into the concourse.
I'm not sure how he can get away with not getting a yellow card for that, especially with what's happened in this game so far. Explain that one away, referee, because he just knocked it 60 yards into the stands after the whistle.
Right. You're good.
The frustration there from Stroud, and lucky for him to not go in the referee's pocketbook.
My point is not to pick on Stroud. I'm just saying we're 38 minutes in the game. There may not have been a yellow card, really, that should have been given yet. So he's kind of dug a little bit of hole for him here, I think.
Like San Pedro trying to go for goal there from a tight angle. And it's high and wide of Rashid Nuhu's goal, and he starts this goal kick quickly. The Rangers get back into formation. Harris being ushered by his coach to go and pressure. Jordan Scarlett making his 22nd start for New York.
This is where the Rangers going to make it tough for them. They're in a low block, lots of tightness, very little room in between the players. And it's going to be hard to break down.
That's a great cross and an excellent header. McSherry at the double. What a game for Sean McSherry, and he's doubled his tally, and he's given New York the lead 2-1.
Well, just as I was saying, it's going to be hard to break down. They get round the back, and that is a beautiful finish. Solid header. Wow.
It's a great cross from the left-hand side. Plenty of pace on it, and that is a arrowing header directed down low to Mendejas's right. Sean McSherry making the most of his first start of the season.
Yeah, Medranda will be a little upset about that because it really was a free header. Honestly, no body on him at all, and when you can head a ball that well and you've got no pressure on you, then it probably was an easy finish for McSherry.
It's this man, Luba, getting the assist, his 5th of the season. That wonderful cross from the left-hand side. They got a bit of fortune there, Red Bulls too, when the tackle from Kuzain bounced right back in their path, and Janis Luba making no mistake with his wonderful delivery. Now here they come again. McSherry looking for his 3rd. Tackled away by Medranda. 2 Red Bulls players on the turf. Medranda still with possession for the Rangers. McSherry down holding his right leg. Swope Park Rangers play on. Well, no, they don't. Knocked it out of play. So Sean McSherry can be attended to.
Yeah, and that looked just like a 50-50 block, and I don't know if he caught it in the shin or his ankle got bent back in the process, but I don't think it was a foul. It was just a hard, really hard tackle, hard, fair tackle. But obviously he's feeling some pain there.
Beats the ground in frustration. Frustrated because his night had been going so splendidly well up until that point. 2 goals for Sean McSherry. That's the difference right now. 2-1, Red Bulls lead.
Yeah, it was a great second goal. You know, I mean, when you've got 10 men, you have to give up some things, and they gave up a little bit of width there. And unfortunately, but a beautiful ball in, and then no challenge on the header. And here's the challenge here. Looks like it's about shot. It's just a, yeah, it's just a block tackle.
You see Stroud actually making his point to the ref. He thought Medranda got him after that one, but yeah, just a good block from Medranda. You can see McSherry trying to line up that shot. Hungry for a 3rd goal and a hat trick there. Just took a little too long to get the shot away. Allowed Medranda to get in front of him.
Yeah, it looks like he's kind of strained because he's rotating that ankle, like he strained his ankle in the challenge because he put everything into it. And Medranda made a very good block tackle, and that can be very painful at times. But I can tell you what, if he's got 2 goals, he's not leaving the field. He's coming back on, I guarantee you.
Looks like McSherry will be okay, trotting off the field. Painful one, to be sure. Red Bulls 2 took an early lead through Sean McSherry, and only to see that lead canceled out by a Wilson Harris goal in the biggest moment so far of the match. Alexander, left back for the Swope Park Rangers, sent off for his second yellow card in the 25th minute. And just minutes ago, McSherry getting the second goal of his evening. That's where we stand 2-1 to the visitors. Madronda over the top for Harris, who's gotten in behind. A wonderful first touch. Trying to play this one in behind for Busio, and quickly off his line, Nuhu.
Did very well to bring that down. Not a bad idea to put it through, but I think Busio was on the same page with him and just couldn't get to ball in time. But lovely bit of skill there from the forward.
Duncan. Well read by Barat. Madronda looking for Busio, who's managed to spin past Rito. He wanted to foul, nothing given. Rito, the good ball to McSherry, who's back on the pitch. And dribbles into a double team. One back by Jimmy Madronda, and then Busio as well. Hussein. And right back to Duncan. Here's Zayats. Blocked away. Good first touch from Rito. A round one challenge into the penalty area. Rito, near post finish. What a goal, Edgardo Rito. And it's 3-1, New York.
Wow, that started out of nothing, and it was going to be a 50-50 challenge, but what's this lovely little bit of skill that we just missed it there, but he just lifted it over the leg of Madronda, and then after that, he just ran the fullback, cut it, and hit a bomb up a 90. Not sure exactly where it went near post, so Zendejas might not be happy with that, but the pace on the shot, I don't think it would have made a difference.
Ferocious strike there from Edgardo Rito, his second goal of the season, and a brilliant individual effort there.
And started back, little skill we never saw on the replay, but he just lifted it over. Madronda thought he had it, and just a beautiful piece of skill from the right back there. And like I said, the rest is all history.
So now a mountain to climb for the hosts. Swope Park Rangers trailing 3-1, down to 10 men. So we're into the 2 minutes of added time.
Yeah, it's a shame because it was a really, really good game. I'm not saying it won't be, but it's now 3-1, and big factor that's got to be the fact that they're playing with 10 men. And I would have loved to have seen this game 11v11 because it started off really competitive.
That touch on the thigh from Stroud, and he switches it to the left-hand side. Back heel to Duncan. First time effort by Lema is blocked away. Good strength there from Scarlett. And now Rito, the goal scorer on the right-hand side. Just about 30 seconds or so left in this first half. Stroud, a handful for defenders, and it's a handful from Kuzain that's led to this foul being called by the referee. Taken by Zayats. And that's the end of the first half. New York Red Bulls 2 leading by a score of 3-1 over the Swope Park Rangers. Sean McSherry at the double in the first half. Wilson Harris managed to equalize for the Rangers. But a big time moment as Alexander sent off in the first half. The Rangers down to 10 men, and a wonderful goal by Edgardo Rito at the end of the first half has extended the Red Bulls lead to 3-1 at halftime. Stay with us as we'll be back with all the highlights and analysis. You're watching USL Championship. Welcome back to Children's Mercy Park. It's halftime here as New York Red Bulls 2 leading the Swope Park Rangers by a score of 3-1. And we've got Gianluca Busio in the game for the Swope Park Rangers, and got a chance to go behind the scenes and go in the crib of Gianluca Busio.
What's up, guys? Gianluca Busio here. Let me show you guys around my crib. So this is my basement. This is where I spend most of my time. It's where I play all my video games. We have the Xbox and PS4 here, and I got a brand new gaming chair for my birthday a couple days ago. And you can see on the walls we have my CONCACAF jersey, and it's our team picture this year and the man of the month. So some cool little pictures up and family everywhere and stuff. And yeah, I'm taking you to my room. Here we have my first goal scored. That's the ball I scored with right there. Signed by everybody, it's framed. More pictures of the fam. It's my best friend around there. And all my shoes, all here. We have more over here. Some people like to say I like to keep a lot of shoes. Yeah, and that's my room, so let me show you guys to the soccer room. This is the soccer room, you know? Come out here and have fun and play around, take a little shots and stuff like that, and yeah, it's just a lot of fun around here. So this is the kitchen. It's where we spend time as a family and eat all of our meals, and as you can see, I have my family here, Sarah, Paul, Anna, and Alex, and yeah, they've treated me as a family for about 2 years now, and you know, it's good to have a family away from home. They took me in as one of their own. Thanks for coming and checking out my crib, and now it's time to go. Get out.
Charging on, curling the cross, that's excellent from Quickly to Watson. Watson gonna take a shot! Oh my! That is sensational from the Irishman! Plays it across, and finds the one-handed net!
Welcome into episode 13 of Steal Some Time. We are going to start over in the East and chat a little bit about North Carolina hosting the Pittsburgh Riverhounds this week. And I think that we can easily say that nobody saw a 5-0 outcome, at least in North Carolina's favor, coming out of week 24. But let me tell you, North Carolina stuck it to the Riverhounds, shut down that unbeaten streak that they had going, and really, I mean, they dominated play, outshot Pittsburgh 13-5, 8 shots on target as well, which is fantastic. Pittsburgh, on the other hand, didn't have a single shot on target, and I think that's obviously a major difference maker. North Carolina looked good, Scott.
Yeah, I mean, the same week Austin Duluth announces his retirement, he then goes and dedicates a 5-0 win over Pittsburgh to the Oak City supporters.
So cool.
Definitely didn't play out how I thought it would.
Right.
And I think that I speak for the vast majority of fans around the championship who just kind of looked at that and said, what the heck's going on with Pittsburgh?
Elsewhere ahead in week 25. I don't know how much longer we can talk about Phoenix, but they're giving us no other choice. They're back for another dollar beer night, and this time they're hosting Sacramento. And I'm going to go on a limb here. I'm going to say that this story's different. As good as Phoenix's backline has been, I think this is the biggest chance all season that Phoenix is going to have a run for their money on dollar beer night, going for 15 straight wins.
Are you calling I won't make you go out.
No, I'll call that. Yeah, I think
this
is it.
You think they're gonna lose
I
or
do.
draw?
I think.
I was just gonna let you say that the win streak is snapped.
I think the win streak
She's
is
visually
snapped.
hedging right now.
Yeah, I see
am.
the bullets, the little beads of sweat just starting to she can feel the heat here. She feels the pressure. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna call it. I think the L comes.
Halftime here. Patrick Harry involved as New York Red Bulls 2 leading Swope Park Rangers 3-1. Let's take a look at the standings coming into this one, and New York showing off in this game why they're top of the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, that's a solid team. There's only one team in the whole USL that's got more points than them, so they're sitting pretty. They score a lot of goals, they don't give away much, and they've got some top quality players.
Take a look at the first half stats from this one, as New York Red Bulls 2 with that 3-1 lead, and advantage in shots and possession as you'd expect. The red card there at the bottom of your screen in the 25th minute, that's been a key difference here in the first half.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to know what the stats were when that occurred, because I think it would have been a lot more even, obviously. And like I said, it was a great competitive close game. Now when you're playing a top team like the Red Bulls with 10 men, you know, it could get ugly. Hopefully it doesn't, but they've played a lot of time, 10 against 11, that's tough to do.
Take a look now at the remaining home games for Swope Park Rangers. Got the rescheduled match from the game against Charleston Battery that was called off. That's on September 11th. We've got North Carolina FC, Birmingham Legion, and Ottawa Fury FC all coming in to Children's Mercy Park. Get your tickets at sportingkansascity.com. Around the league in the USL Championship, big time loan addition for Las Vegas Lights as they get Christian Martinez from the Chicago Fire. We got the Supporters Week as well this week. Been fun to see all the stuff going on with that. Indy 11 voted for Martin Rennie's dress on Sunday as they had the choice of casual versus business. Got Lights FC goalkeeper Thomas Olsen allowing fans to pick the nickname on the back of his kit. San Antonio, Louisville both voting for their kits that will be worn. OKC Energy and Cody Lorendi, the goalkeeper, are allowing fans to pick the color of his gloves. And Charleston letting fans vote on a drink special for Charleston versus Louisville. Bunch of fun stuff going on for Supporters Week. But perhaps the thing that takes the cake, what a goal we have from Edson Partida for El Paso Locomotive. It took the top spot in Sports Center Top 10. Let's take a look.
Far post, Partida puts it in! What a goal! Edson Partida! Unbelievable strike.
What a goal that was from Edson Partida. Top spot on ESPN Sports Center Top 10. See if Swope Park Rangers or Red Bulls 2 have some goals like that in their back pocket here in the second half. Rangers trying to get back into this one. They're down to 10 men. It's 3-1 at halftime. We'll be right back for the second half kick. Welcome back to Children's Mercy Park as we're just about ready to start the second half. New York Red Bulls 2 leading Swope Park Rangers 3-1. And let's take a look at the highlights that we had there in the first half to get us here. And the opening goal scored by Sean McSherry, his first goal of the season on his first start of the season.
Yeah, sloppy. It just landed at his feet and gift wrapped it to him, and he just tapped it away from 2 yards out. Here's a great play by Harris. He's not going to strike, he's not going to strike, and then he pulls it through the legs, and great goal.
That made it 1-1, fourth goal of the season for Wilson Harris. And here, some evidence of the physicality of the first half, and that was the biggest moment perhaps of the first half. Second yellow for Alexander. He's sent off early on in just the 25th minute.
The silly thing is that the foul they showed before that wasn't a yellow card. But that is a great finish. Unfortunately, not challenged at all in the box. It's a free header, and he just tucked away, and that is a beautiful bit of skill there from Rito. And then look at that bomb.
Wonderful solo effort from Edgardo Rito, the right back. That made it 3-1 to the New York Red Bulls here in the first half. That's where we stand. Wilson Harris has the only goal for the home side. Botan Barat on his Swope Park Rangers debut. He and the rest of the Rangers have a tough task ahead of them in this second half as they are down to 10 men, as they have been since the 25th minute. Well, Doug McClagan, what do you think are some keys to the second half here for both teams?
Well, for Swope Park Rangers, obviously they can't defend for 45 minutes because they're going to need some goals. So they're going to have to, keep it tight probably the first 15 or so minutes, and then they're going to have to open up and attack and try and get some goals. And that's going to be tough if they don't gain possession. And they're playing against a team that loves to keep possession, loves to switch the point of attack. And so it's going to be an uphill battle for sure. And for New York Red Bulls too, keep the ball, move it around, switch the point of attack, and hopefully there'll be some openings for them later on when Swope Park Rangers have to chase the game, and that's when, if they're clinical, the game can be put away. So it'll be interesting to see. The first 15 minutes are probably the most important part of this half here.
We're into the second half. As Red Bulls 2 started with the ball, there's an offside call. They were wearing their all-red uniforms. Swope Park Rangers in the dark blue with orange trim. And good pressure there from Felipe Hernandez, high up the pitch, earning his side a throw-in in the attacking third. San Pedro trying to flick that into the run of Hernandez. And it's smacked clear by the Red Bulls. Zendejas, SKC Loney over to Barat, another Loney over to another Loney.
Barat's played a few of those long balls. He's been very good with those balls today. And who's that who just got absolutely hammered?
San Pedro down on the ground after being clattered into by Jordan Scarlett. Well, it's been a physical game, and San Pedro has been on the wrong end of a few challenges.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it be called a foul, but I don't think it's a bad foul. It's, like I said earlier, it's a contact sport, and I don't think he did anything that was, nasty about that or intentional, but he's a big physical boy. He's a little bit bigger than Pedro, and Pedro's going to feel that for the next few minutes.
And the fans get their wish as Jordan Scarlett, for that challenge, gets a yellow card, goes into the referee's notebook.
Yeah, well, what's been before probably, I would have let that pass earlier, but when you give yellow cards for what he's given before, then you have to give it there. So
Medronda standing this one up into the penalty area. Harris just couldn't quite leap onto that one. Played in behind, looking for the run of Stroud. Medronda's there. Touches off the head. That back pass is loose. And now streaking in behind. But he can't get it on goal. It was Rito looking for his second. And it's a let-off for the Rangers.
Yeah, a little too casual there from Jimmy Medranda, and you're right, it was a let-off, because if that goes in, that's game over for sure. So just a little lack of concentration there from Jimmy Medranda, but I'm sure that won't happen again.
There's good back tackling from Busio. He's won it back for the Rangers. Good hold-up play initially. Strength from Lindsay, trying to keep this one in play, and he's done an excellent job to play that off Kyle Duncan. It was a fun battle to watch between those two. Lindsay now in behind, and Zay Pedro can't keep this one in play. It'll be out for a goal kick. Get updates and alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for Swope Park Rangers, then click follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores. Plus, get reminders on the Rangers' next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club. Red Bulls seeing some possession here against the 10-men Swope Park Rangers. There's a commentator's curse. There's a bad pass by Chris Lema. Can that lead to a Rangers attack? Busio dribbling into number of red shirts says the man advantage definitely plays its part there for the Red Bulls. McSherry can't quite keep up with that pass as it drifts out on the far side.
The Rangers have started off the second half quite well. That they're able to keep possession, and that's kind of what they do in most games anyway, so it's not new to them. They're going to keep possession, and hopefully when they get into this attacking half, they can make something happen. They will get opportunities. It's just how long can they play at that pace and intensity against a very strong 11-man team.
Kilwine laying this one off. Rad comes over to clean up the loose ends. Zayas over to the right side. Rito driving past Medranda and into the penalty box. It falls kindly for the Red Bulls, and it's prodded home. Jared Stroud, of course. He gets his 12th goal of the season, and it's 4-1 to the Red Bulls.
Yeah, sloppy defending there from Kuzain. And I mean, it was a good cross, great run by Rito, ball in the box, but Kuzain should have done better. He swung, he mishit it, and it just dropped to Stroud's feet. And that's the second goal today that they've scored from like 3 yards out, and it's been a tap-in, basically.
Zendejas helpless there.
Yeah, I think he might have taken a deflection, too.
Barat coming over to try and block. Takes the deflection, and 4-1 now the score. Red Bulls 2 definitely making this man advantage pay.
Might get to a stage of how respectable can you keep this, because you know the Red Bulls 2 are not going to stop, that's for sure. So Swope Park Rangers are going to have to really defend well here, and like we've said before, it's going to be an uphill battle, that's for sure.
Red Bulls 2 extending their Eastern Conference best goal differential now to plus 32 on the season, as they have now scored 63 goals.
That's amazing.
In just their 21st game. Actually, the 26th game.
Yeah, I think they said the next team closest to them was, well, that'd be like 16 goals behind now, so that's pretty incredible.
Duncan now striding forward, body checked by Hernandez, and it's a foul on Busio in the midfield. Stroud will restart quickly.
Like I said, that last goal, it was a mistake by Kuzain, but we've got to give credit for the run by Rito again. I mean, he blew past the fullback, and he's had a great game. He's a very good fullback who's got the ability to run at defenders and get by them, and from what we've seen today, quite easily get by him.
Probably won't get the assist, as it was tried to be cleared by Juan Kuzain, but definitely played a major role in that goal, the right back Rito. Zendejas not quite over the head of McSherry. Now Jorgensen. taken down, but play on, says the referee. Stroud looking to the left for Luba. Lindsay's able to block that attempt. It'll be out for a corner. You hear Zendejas apologizing to his team. Couldn't quite get that clearance over the head of McSherry, and it led to a quick counterattack for the Red Bulls. Chris Lema coming into the game second in the entire USL in chances created. 67 coming into this game. Get another chance to do so here. It's a great delivery, and the header straight to Zendejas. What a ball in. A decent attempt there from Jordan Scarlett, just couldn't get to either side of the goalkeeper.
Well, that's happened a couple times now with really good chances, and like we said earlier, if it was a yard either side, that's in the back of the net. That was a beautiful header, just not kind of directed exactly how he wanted it.
There's a poor giveaway by Duncan, and now interchange of passes between Harris and Zé Pedro. Zé Pedro from distance bounces wide with the keeper's left-hand post.
Yeah, he had an option outside on the left, but you know, it wasn't a bad effort because that goalkeeper scurried across to cover that far post, so it could have missed by much, and he didn't hit it that hard, so he must have placed it almost right in that corner. That goalkeeper was, like I said, scurrying quickly across his goal.
Rito sprinting away from the blue shirts here, and it's a good ball over to Jorgensen. Right-footed attempt. And Zendejas looked like he had that one covered as it drifted wide of his right-hand post.
That's that boy Rito again. Big, strong, long strides. He just carves through defenses, and he's having a tremendous game. That's a great ball and a good effort there by Jorgensen too.
This will be the first substitution of the game, as Jordan Scarlett on a yellow card will make his way off the pitch. And he did start in midweek as well, so perhaps just saving his legs here, as he is replaced by Alan Yanis. And as the visiting team makes a substitution, so too will Paulo Nagamura and the Swope Park Rangers, as that is all she wrote for Gianluca Buccio's afternoon. He is replaced by Mark Segbers.
So Segbers will slot back to that left-back position, and it looks like Jimmy Medranda will move to midfield.
Well, he is a utility player, jack of all trades. Jimmy Medranda started the game as right winger, moved to left back, and now see where he slots in for Paulo Nagamura and the Swope Park Rangers. 92 career appearances for Sporting Kansas City in a variety of positions. Here's a good ball from McSherry, and he slipped as he tried to get that delivery in from the right-hand side. Medranda asking a lot of Harris, who's causing some havoc up top, and just about managed to get it away, but well marshaled in the end by the Red Bulls defense.
Yeah, he did very well. He made the first defender miss, and he almost made the second defender miss too. So the odds weren't too good there, 2 against 1, and 2 very good defenders too, but he's done very well today, Harris.
Duncan cutting this one across, and it's Sky over the crossbar. McSherry looking for his hat trick. Might not get a better chance than that.
Yeah, his hands went straight to his face. He knew that was his big chance to get a hat trick. And it's his first year, so I'm going to assume it's his first chance to get a hat trick. May not be the last the way he's played today, but yeah, that was a good opportunity.
Still 4-1 after that wonderful pass by Kyle Duncan. Here he is again on the ball. Back now with Zayats. Looks like he has discarded the face mask he was wearing to start the game, Zayats. Here he is on the ball. Newcomer, Yanis.
The Red Bulls just quite happy to knock it around. They're up 4-1, they don't need any more goals. And they're quite happy to go from side to side, move the ball around, make Swope Park Rangers defend.
Decent opportunity there. You can see the idea from Stroud, trying to just cushion that first time into the path of Jorgensen, but a little too heavy. And Zendejas give this one right back to the Red Bulls. Right-hand side, McSherry. Curling in and behind the back line. Jorgensen gets there, takes a touch, and he's claiming it should be a corner kick, but a bit of a half-hearted claim from him.
What a great ball in by McSherry. It's one of those where it was bending away from Zendejas and in behind the back four, and almost got there to finish to Jorgensen, but not quite.
Harris trying to flick this one on. Here goes skyward. Stroud now. Luba. Intercepted by Lindsay, but Duncan's able to get back onto it for the visitors.
The problem you can see with Swope now is they're working so hard defensively that when they actually win the ball back, they've got to continue working, and it's not so easy when you're going from left to right to left to right. So they're going to wear down early, and then he's going to have to use a couple extra subs to help the guys who are going to be tired out there today.
Good ball movement by the Red Bulls, and it's cut back, edge of the 6, blocked away. Jorgensen's effort by Barat. Say Pedro, good body control. Finds the ball out. Hernandez, but his dribbling is tackled away by Rito. Just past an hour gone here at Children's Mercy Park. 4-1 to score. New York Red Bulls 2 leading over the Rangers. And with it being more than an hour gone, that means it's been about 35 minutes already for the Swope Park Rangers, down to 10 men on the field. Barat. There's a man down for the Red Bulls inside his own half. And I think it's cramps for Edgardo Rito. Went down off the ball, and
he's covered a lot of ground today, so that might explain. Cramps might be the answer. Yeah, he's probably going to call it a day, maybe.
He's got a goal already in this one, the right back. Trying to feel this one out as the training staff makes their way onto the pitch.
Looks like they're going to make a change here. Just bring Rito off. Going to move Duncan over to that right back position, and not sure who they're bringing on here.
It does look like this will be the end of Edgardo Rito's night, and it looks like a debut for Omar Sow.
Oh.
The youngster, Harrison native. Looks like he's getting set to check into the game. We'll see if Rito can continue. You can hear his coaches asking him if he's okay. But for the time being, it's 10 versus 10. Played wide into space. Duncan, as you mentioned, Doug McClagan has shifted over to the right. McSherry does well to win this one back, trying to curl this one in behind the back line, and Rad blocks it away. It'll be another corner kick for Red Bulls 2.
They're asking Rito if he can continue. Well, I don't know a soccer player that's going to say, oh no, I can't go back on. So I guarantee he's saying, no, coach, I need to stay.
See if he can run this one off. And So looks a bit disappointed. As, yeah, it does look like Edgardo Rito is going to try and continue here.
So we'll probably hang around, and if Rito goes down the next couple minutes, maybe he'll get his chance.
Headed by Segbers, so it'll trickle out on the near side. It'll be in another corner, second in quick succession for New York Red Bulls 2. Trotting casually over to this near side to take it.
Just feel the pace of the game has slowed down. Swope Park Rangers are running out of energy, and New York Red Bulls 2 are in no rush to do anything.
Chris Lema, the captain. This time he'll slide it short on the corner. Luba popping this one sky high, and Zendejas is 6'5" to begin with. He towers over the Red Bulls front line there to catch that one, but his punt forward is to an offside Wilson Harris. Restarted by the Red Bulls. Here comes Lema to the left-hand side with Duncan. Infield for Zayats. First time pass, Stroud, and he didn't hear the footsteps of Juan Kuzain. Dronda dribbling into trouble and away from trouble. Pops it in behind the back line and knotted down by Kilwine to his goalkeeper, Rashid Nuhu. Last time Rashid Nuhu played was an 8-1 win over Atlanta United 2.
That would be the game that Chris Lema scored 4 goals. He's got 5 this year, and 4 of them came in that one game.
Tried to lay it in behind there for Luba and Lema, but it's well read by the Swope Park Rangers back line. This one's shielded away by Duncan, and that will mean for a substitution. Second of the game for New York Red Bulls 2, and it's a debut indeed, as Omar Sow will check in. Sean McSherry, his first start of the season, only played 33 minutes coming into this game in his 2 sub appearances, and he lasts over 65 minutes in this one. He gets a brace as well.
All right, we're good to go.
Job well done by Sean McSherry. He's replaced by the 19-year-old Harrison, New Jersey native, Omar Sow. We'll see how the youngster fares in his first game for Red Bulls 2. Here he is on the ball. Local products, played at Harrison High, set all types of records there. He nods it forward. And now here comes Sow into the box, and his shot maybe deflected there and winds up in the arms of Adrian Zendejas. Almost a dream start for Omar Sow checking into the game. Just signed on August 16th after playing with Red Bull's U18 squad.
He's played the U18s. I think he's made a few appearances for the U23s too. And, he's a big, strong boy. He had almost a great opportunity, first touch of the ball, basically, to score a goal. So probably a little disappointed he didn't put that one away, but maybe he'll get his opportunity a little bit later.
Pace of the game has slowed down here. 4-1 the score. Red Bulls 2 looking to continue their march at the top of the Eastern Conference standings. Back now, Zayats. Barat's going to charge into that tackle, winning it away for the Swope Park Rangers. Harris got some work to do to hold this play up, and he does so nicely. Hernandez helps it on for Madronda. Madronda has a rip from distance, and that one is harmless as it trickles well wide of the Red Bulls' goal.
Yeah, when your legs are a little heavy, that's what happened. But again, great play by Wilson Harris. He had like 4 players on him. Most people probably would have given it up, but he somehow kept the ball and found a midfielder and then which gave them an opportunity for Jimmy Medrano to pull that shot off. But like I said, legs are probably a little heavy. Didn't hit it as clean as he normally does.
Well dribbled around a couple of Rangers defenders there by Kilwine. And now back with Alan Yanis. Fans, the USL unveiled its elite youth platform. More on that in a moment, because Rito's streaming forward, wins the tackle. Trying to curl this one in behind, and Zendejas reaches high and tips it out for a corner kick.
Another great run by Rito, but if you could see that, he had 2 or 3 standing by the 6-yard box for a tap-in, and he went front post. I'm not sure he meant to go front post, but if he would have pulled it back, could have been number 5, I think.
We got this, we got this. Hey, put your name on it. Go, boys, come on.
Another corner here for New York Red Bulls.
Step left, step left.
Chris Lima again will take. Top of the box, Medrano read that one well and clears it up past the halfway line. Rito, controlled touch back to his goalkeeper. Sloppy pass there from Rito, invited the challenge from Hernandez, but an illegal challenge, says the referee. High boot. It's a yellow card for Felipe Hernandez.
Yeah, he's not arguing about that call. It was a real sloppy pass, like you said, by Rito, but Hernandez was just half a second late. And, don't disagree with that yellow card.
He's had a fantastic season, Felipe Hernandez. 8 goals to lead the team. This is his 20th start of the campaign. Referee's notebook for the other reason in this game now. Clipped over the top. Rito, we know he's got bags of pace, and he gets onto this one. His cross headed away by Barat. Lovely cushioned header. Back now for Rito. First time cross towards the penalty spot, still alive in the area. And this one will stay in play. Kept in play by Luba. And now Duncan. That's a clever move from Zayats. Slips it in behind. So is in behind the defense. Kick save. And the rebound skied over by Zayats. Wonderful save from Adrian Zendejas to keep Omar Sow out and keep him away from a dream debut.
Well, he's been in the game for like 3 or 4 minutes. He's had 2 opportunities. That's probably definitely his best one, but what a great save by Zendejas. That's a tremendous save.
Second substitution of the game for the Swope Park Rangers now, as Zay Pedro's home debut comes to an end. Ayub Alak will check in for him. A bit of a midfield for attacking swap there for the Swope Park Rangers. But Devin McClagan, what did you make of Zay Pedro on his first game in front of the home Swope Park Rangers fans?
Well, I like what I saw. I like the intensity, his movement on the ball and his movement off the ball. Like I said, he makes attempts to get in behind the fullbacks, and I think we would have seen more from him if it would have stayed 11v11, but unfortunately he then spent the rest of the game working hard on defense. But I like what I saw. I really did.
There is the young Portuguese finding his place now on the bench, as it's a hard shift for he, Gianluca Busio, and the rest of this Rangers team, down to 10 men after 25 minutes. They've still got defending to do.
Yeah, it's just a case of getting some fresh legs on. Let Alak go and do a little bit of running now.
Edge of the area.
Nice little flick.
Wonderful. And now So again, he's getting in the mix, but he can't quite poke this one past the defense, and he'll go into the referee's book. Yellow card for Omar So.
Well, he had a third opportunity there. Wasn't easy by any means, but came off a beautiful flick. I'm not sure who actually did the flick, but a third opportunity. So he's getting some opportunities, that's for sure. But like you say, he's got his first yellow card too.
Rad was on the receiving end of that challenge in the area. Kade Rad, who's making his 11th start, 13th appearance for the 18-year-old. Really has come on in the second half of this USL season.
He's done well. He's been given a good opportunity. He's played with a few different centre-backs too. It's never consistent every game, so he's learned from quite a few different centre-backs. Today it was the experience of Barat, and there goes another foul.
And that will allow for the third and final substitution for the visitors, as Jared Stroud's day is done. Didn't get a goal to add to his tally. He now is in sole possession of first on the team with 12 goals. Jared Stroud, he's replaced by Amarildo. Certainly making a case for best 11. Jared Stroud this season continues his strong season with a good performance here in 75 minutes in Kansas City. Stood up for Lindsay. He read that bounce well. Tried to get around Duncan, and Duncan tackles him to the ground, and that'll be a yellow card now. They're flowing freely, and Kyle Duncan, the latest to go in the pocketbook of the referee.
Oh, well shielded by Lindsay, and yeah, he pulled him back. And he set the bar where the yellow cards are, so yeah, I guess that's a yellow card. But a lot of kind of soft yellow cards tonight. But like I said, when you set the bar early, and that's what occurs. That's what's been frustrating, I know, for the two coaches and for some of the players.
So perhaps a chance here for the Rangers to pull one back. 15 minutes to go. Hernandez and Madrona good on a dead ball. Barat and Rad have come forward from their center back positions in the box. It's Madrona going for goal and just over. Crossbar.
Not a bad effort, but I think the keeper had it covered the whole way, but he whipped it in fast, just a couple yards over the crossbar.
Fans of USL unveiled its elite youth platform, USL Academy. This allows clubs at all levels across the USL to develop their local youth and compete at the highest level across the United States, including the USL Academy Cup. For more information, visit uslsoccer.com/academy. It's a foul now against Barat, as Amarildo had just checked into the game. His 6th appearance, 5th from the substitutes bench. Taken quickly now by Red Bulls 2. Luba back now with Duncan. Lema getting it back, trying to flick it into the path of Luba. Tackled away by Kuzain, but another corner kick for the Red Bulls. This will be the final substitution for Swope Park Rangers. The home side exchanging forwards, as Wilson Harris, the goal scorer. His night is done on 77 minutes. He's replaced by Ethan Vanacore Decker. And Vanacore Decker will charge into the penalty area to help defend this corner. Out swinger. Headed clear, only to the edge of the area. And that one smashed into the stands by Rito. We saw him unleash a howitzer and beat Zendejas at his near post in the first half. That one not quite on target. Trying to keep the ball here. The Rangers down a man. And it's well won back by the Red Bulls press. Rito. Well intercepted and well read by Alak. Madrona looking in behind and offside Ethan Vanacore-Decker.
That was a close call, because I thought right here, I thought he was being kept on by Kyle Duncan, but he was off. He wasn't off by much there.
Here's Duncan. Rito inside as Lima checks for the ball. Coming into the game in the top 10 in total passes in the USL, Chris Lima. And Kuzain now adjudged to have tugged back Red Bulls player in midfield. That was Kyle Zayats. Rito now again on the right-hand side. So for Zayats, turns around Kuzain. Rad trying to get there, and that is a handball spotted by the far side AR. Kuzain beside himself.
Yeah, it's really tough to avoid those. He just drove the ball. I mean, how he's supposed to get out of the way there, I'm not so sure. Let's see where his hand was. Was it way outside his body?
Nonetheless, spotted by the assistant referee on the far side and warded to New York Red Bulls 2. So a chance for Chris Lima to deliver a set piece in a really dangerous position. 10 yards in from the corner flag. Drilled in towards the near post and alive. Barat able to just about get a foot to that one and gets a decent enough clearance on it. Zendejas.
He just landed in that 6-yard line, 6-yard box, and for the first time tonight, Swope Park Rangers were to the ball first, and Barat got it cleared. We've seen on several, well, a couple occasions tonight where it's landed at New York's feet, and it's been in the back of the net. So, got to give props there for Barat for being in the right spot.
Red Bulls 2, again, they're up a man as they have been since the 25th minute. Approaching an hour with that man advantage. And now Red Bulls bench upset with Botan Barat after the play.
I think Barat's getting a little frustrated, and yeah, he knocked him on the floor and threw the ball back at him. Didn't hit him, but came down close to him, and players didn't like that. Yeah, I mean, he knocked him off the ball. I noticed in the last few minutes he's been getting frustrated, and at least he didn't kick the ball away. That would have been a definite yellow.
Well, we didn't see that happen in the first half when Stroud kicked the ball away.
Well, yeah, I shouldn't say definite yellow, should I?
Hey, look at the game, man. Look at the game.
Now, Barat trying to organize the back line as they've got a high line right at the edge of the 18. Delivered in by Lima. Cleared as far as Duncan. Rito for Amarildo. He fooled himself with the step overs. Oh, and it's a late flag from the far side AR.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. I mean, Rangers came away with the ball. Next minute he's lying on the floor, and the linesman flagged it, so I didn't really see what happened. Some of the players can't believe that it was called, but it wouldn't be the first time tonight.
Barat didn't seem to argue as much as the other players.
He may have had his shirt, I don't know, but I mean, yeah.
Another set piece to defend for the Rangers. This one in towards the near post, and Zendejas was down there to his left. Wasn't quite sure if that would be on frame, so he palms it wide and out of play.
Yeah, probably the right decision. If that squeezes in the front post because he leaves it, and he's going to not look good, so he had to smartly just push it away for a corner kick.
Lema might be getting tired from all the set pieces he's been taking over the past 15 or 20 minutes.
Well, look at the screens and decide what he's going to do. It's so bad. Fucking hell.
Lema straight into Adrian Zendejas' hands, and he's looking for an immediate out ball to Hernandez. It's 1-on-2, and Duncan and Rito do a good job there of being able to handle Felipe Hernandez. Quick counterattack opportunity broken up by the Red Bulls. And now good passing play down the left-hand side. Amarillo gets a shout. Did really well to keep that one under pressure. So has a go. Blocked away by Barat. And now Madranda with some tricky footwork.
You can see So is hungry for that goal because that little 2v1 outside there probably could have used his player, but maybe a little greedy. But then again, there's nothing wrong with a greedy forward sometimes. That's why they score those goals.
Said it was a dream come true to sign. Get the chance now to make his way through the organization, hopefully play for the team he grew up watching in Harrison.
And how old did you say he was? 18? He's a big boy.
19 years old.
19 years old.
Back now with Kilwine. As Red Bulls just trying to kill time at this point. Kill off the game as they have a 4-1 lead over the 10-man Swope Park Rangers. Giannis. Rito upset with the newcomer, So for not making the run. Zendejas calm under a double team there. Blocked away now by Lema. Tune in to ESPN3 on August 30th at 6 p.m. Central Time for a special Friday night edition of Wednesday Night Soccer. One of the championship's biggest rivalries takes center stage when Indy 11 heads south on I-65 to meet Louisville City FC. See it all August 30th at 6 p.m. Central during a Friday night edition of Wednesday Night Soccer. Red Bulls 2 will continue their 3-game road stretch against the Indy 11 team we just talked about, September 4th, before returning home to play Charlotte Independence. Meanwhile, Swope Park Rangers, as they come forward here with Mark Segbers in behind for Decker, and all the way back to the goalkeeper, Nuhu. Rangers go on the road for 2 contests after this one, at Bethlehem Steel and at Memphis 901. Here comes Amarildo again for So. Trying to slot that one for Jorgensen, but it'll actually go through all the way for Luba. Keeps it in play. Rad able to get there, and it pops out now, still with the Red Bulls. Luba, seeing his deliveries from the left-hand side, trying to curl that one to the far post, but too close to Zendejas. These two teams met the first game of the season, March 9th. Red Bulls 2 3-1 winners in that one. Of course, a rematch of the 2016 USL Cup final. Red Bulls were victorious in that one. The first season for the Swope Park Rangers, and they made it all the way to the final, the first of back-to-back finals appearances for Swope Park Rangers in their first 2 seasons in the league.
Unfortunately, didn't turn out too well. Was it 5-1 in the end, I think?
Here's a go from distance. Zendejas able to smother that one. Well-rounded victory for the Red Bulls in that one, featuring the likes of Aaron Long and Tyler Adams. Zayats. As Lindsay's able to tackle this one out for another corner kick. Zayats hardly has put a foot wrong in this game. Just calm metronome in the center of the park for Red Bulls 2. And this time driving forward, creating the chance. Well read by Jalen Lindsay, though.
Great saving tackle there.
Lindsay, good to see him getting back to full fitness. The USA Youth International, both the U17 and U20 levels. And played 7 games for Sporting KC last year. Taken short by Red Bulls 2. Lema. Back now with Duncan. Popping this one up. It's a good ball to the far side. Headed back into the danger area. And now, before the out ball was Lindsay, and Van Gordecker can't get there. 90th minute. Red Bulls 2 going to have 3 more points to their tally here. So they'll go to 53 points and keep that hold on first place in the Eastern Conference.
I know it's been 11 against 10 pretty much all night, but been very impressed with New York Red Bulls too. They knock the ball around very well. They've got a lot of movement off the ball and a lot of solid players. And probably Rito's been one of the biggest ones tonight, and I like this boy here too, Carl. Duncan, yes.
Charging infield. Manages to keep it. Gets it back to Amarildo. His shot blocked by Barat.
And that's not even to mention Stroud and Lima and Scarlett. They've all been very, very good tonight. Definitely a team that could win it all, that's for sure.
They've been impressive as we are now into 3 minutes of added time. But as you mentioned, Doug McLagan, you just have to wonder what may have happened if not for those 2 early yellow cards on Alexander. 1-1 at the time, and what was looking to be a really engaging contest between these 2 teams.
Yeah, that's a disappointment, you know, for the fan, which I am. I would have loved to see 11 v 11, and who knows what the score would have been, because it was a really competitive, close game. And then, you know, with that card coming out, the quality of New York just shines through. But like I said, for the fan, it's been a little disappointing that it's been 11 against 10 for the, you know, minus 25 minutes of the game. But the Red Bulls have taken advantage of that numbers up, and unfortunately Swope Park Rangers have paid for it.
Alex pass intercepted by So, and he's found a good ball to Luba. Infield for Lima, providing Rito into the attack, who seems to have gotten over those cramps. He strides forward again, edge of the penalty area. Tackled away by Kuzain. And then won back by Zayats. We're into 3 minutes of added time here at Children's Mercy Park. So, first time take by Zayats. See what he's trying to do there, just didn't quite come off for him. Adrian Zendejas will take this goal kick. Less than a minute to play here.
I'm going to give a lot of credit to Swope Park Rangers. If you just watch them all walking from the goal kick there, all their shoulders and heads are down. Not down upset, just down because they're so tired. They have worked their tails off tonight, and you've got to give a lot of credit, because when you're down 4-1, it's quite easy to just throw the towel in, and they've not. They've really worked hard, and this game could have got way out of control, and it hasn't because of the work they put in, so give them credit.
Oh, clever touch there from Jorgensen, and now he's into the penalty area, and that one so close to a 5th for the Red Bulls.
Wow.
It's lovely work from first Kyle Duncan and then Matthias Jorgensen.
He rolled it over. Very nice skill to do at pace.
Corner taken short. Popped in. And Amarildo crashes this one home off the crossbar. 5-1 New York Red Bulls 2. And they will keep the top spot in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, just dropped to his feet. And again, clinical finishing. I mean, there's nothing can be done by Zendejas there. Up a 90 off the crossbar, and 5-1 it goes to, and unfortunate again for the Rangers. It's dropped. Some clinical finishing here by New York Red Bulls 2.
First goal of the season for Amarildo, and he took it with aplomb here. It's over the head of everyone. How about that for a strike?
That is a beauty.
No chance for Zendejas as he crumples to the turf there. Madronda has a go with the final kick of the ball. As the New York Red Bulls 2 win by a score of 5-1 over the Swope Park Rangers. The 10-man Swope Park Rangers for more than an hour. And in the end, that man difference was a big one for New York Red Bulls 2. Doug McClagan, what do you make of the performance of the conference leaders on the road?
They're good, there's no question about it. They're top quality. They were given an advantage with the 10-man decision, but you know what, you got to take advantage of it, and they did in the end. And you know, they're a top quality team, and like I said, it would have been more fun to watch 11v11. I'm sure they probably would have ended up on top, but Coach Nagamura is just explaining how, hey, you kind of ruined this game a little bit, referee.
Certainly for Nagamura's opinion there, making his voice known to the referee at the end of the game. But it'll go down in the books as a 5-1 victory for New York Red Bulls 2. They beat the Swope Park Rangers by that score. Stick with us as we'll be back for all the highlights and stats from this game at Children's Mercy Park in Kansas City, Kansas. Full time here in Kansas City. And New York Red Bulls 2 with a 5-1 victory over the Swope Park Rangers as they maintain their hold on first place in the Eastern Conference of the USL Championship. Take a look at the final stats from this one, and sure to be lopsided because that one red card at the bottom of the game was a massive difference maker. 25th minute. You said it, Doug McClagan. New York Red Bulls 2, they're given the advantage, but they still have to take advantage of the situation, and they did exactly that.
No, absolutely, yeah. 29 shots to 6. If you saw that, you wouldn't believe it when I would tell you the first 25 minutes were very competitive, very close. And then after the card, it just opened up. And like you said, you've still got to take advantage of it. It's you know, they got 11, they got 10, they still got to do the business. And they took care of it. 66% possession, 29 chances, 11 on target. You got to give them credit.
Credit where it's due, and 3 points to the New York Red Bulls 2. As they win this one by a score of 5-1 over the Swope Park Rangers. Well, thanks for joining us this evening. For producer Jordan Burrell, technical director Dan McCaffrey, 3-play Tom Cosgrove, camera operating wonder crew of Chris Wright, Paul Stokes, Joey Reed, and Shane Ricketts, the A1 Aaron Clark, our A2 Andy Woods, B1 Taylor Dietz, Maggie Blair, the 1s and 2s of the graphics machine, EIC Brad Zimmerman. For Doug McClagan, I'm Carter Augustine. Thanks for tuning in. Final score here in Kansas City. New York Red Bulls 2-5. Swope Park Rangers 1.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.